You know, my thought that make you think. So what I'm gonna tell y'all is like this. What can I say? A monkey can't sell bananas. That's right. I was telling that to my partner the other day. Man, a monkey can't sell fucking bananas. Straight up, because if he eat one, he gonna wind up eating them all. So I'm like this. And on the street shit. On the street shit.
Sweep it up like a broom, the elephants in the room. Feeling like MJ, I walk it out on the moon. These boys faster than Zoom, I'm floating like a balloon. I'm from the womb to the tomb, I'm repping the green room. Yeah.
What up, world? Welcome to the Green Room with Gippie Lee, and I'm your host who does the most, Gipstar, a.k.a. Gippie, a.k.a. Mucho, a.k.a. Cocky Bell Boy, a.k.a. you can call me whatever you want, but just don't call me Collect. Man, I had a nice show a couple of days ago, you know what I'm saying? And I like to live there and say, thank y'all for being patient with me. Like I told you, I had some time off and all that, but we ain't gonna get into that no more, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm back, like I said. And welcome to the Green Room with Gippie Lee, the best motherfucking podcast in New Orleans and the #1 podcast in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I said it. Yeah, I said it. The best podcast in New Orleans and the #1 podcast in New Orleans. The Green Room with Gippie Lee. You know what I'm saying? I just had to say that. Straight up. I just had to say that because I was explaining like the other day, like I was telling the dude to represent my podcast on the podcast, and they was saying something like, man, we don't do no shit like that, you know what I'm saying? We gonna represent our podcast. So I represent my own fucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? So when they tell me about other people podcasts when they walk up to me, I'm just saying like the same thing y'all fucking say. But anyway, we ain't gonna do all that shit there, you know what I'm saying? We gonna lay up there and get into episode #9. That's right. Episode #9. And I'd like to thank y'all for being patient with me and watching every episode that I lay up there and put out. Straight up, you know, on my selective stories and my own personal opinions on what I based on my selective stories. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into anything though, before we get anything, y'all know what I'm about to lay up there and tell y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gipstar ENT, Gippstar ENT. And today's show is sponsored by Goddess Body. Y'all already know, ladies. Go get your shapers, go get your fajitas, go get your waist trainers located in the Oakwood Shopping Mall. Like I said it before, and I'm going to say it again, ladies. If you got curves or you hot, Goddess Body is the spot. Wardrobe provided by Tommy Hilfiger. Go get your garment and your accessories located at any Tommy Hill outlet located in the country. Matter of fact, the world. So shall we get into episode #9? Man, let's get into episode #9. Oh my God, man. What a motherfucking day what I was reading, man. Jim Jones. Jim fucking Jones, y'all. Jim Jones. Man, this dude tripping or what? Jim Jones walks into a drug deal in Harlem doing a live stream. Now I'm wondering, and I want y'all to give me y'all comments on this. Was this shit entertainment or was it real life? Because if it was real life, Jim, you know better than that shit. You know, you really know better than that shit. If you're gonna do a stream, you should do a stream in a room like the other dudes do, like a hotel or the room and all that. You ain't gonna walk no motherfucking streets and gonna lay up there and take them to spots where you know they gonna do something. That's why I think it was entertainment. You don't do no shit like that. If you did do some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Dude, you should be suspended off the streets for a hot motherfucking 3 years. Straight up. You need to take your street cred away from you from doing some shit like that. Straight up, man. Man, let's go into the audio on what he did, man. On what he said, man. Let's go into the audio.
Oh, no, we out of here. We going this way.
Oh.
Now we out.
Okay.
I didn't know you was. You heard?
My bad.
We out. My bad, gang. You heard?
Oh, fuck.
Ain't tell me nigga.
What did I do something?
Man, this nigga really fucking clowned out. This nigga really clowned out. You showing a YouTube streamer the streets and what goes down. Man, you don't think that dude know what the fuck goes on? He ain't blind to it. He just won't see it. And your dumb ass showing it. And you just happen to walk into a drug deal? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Is this entertainment or what? Because I know one thing. If I'm getting interviewed, I'm pretty sure we gonna go like, it's going on a live stream or something. I'm pretty sure we gonna probably be in a hotel or we gonna be somewhere like in the designated area. We ain't gonna be walking those streets, especially not no New Orleans, because I'm fucking known. And by me being known, and they probably have a live too, you don't think something happen? You think you well respected out there in Harlem? Fuck no, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Because you in your raps you say they have haters. So if you have haters in Harlem, you ain't respected. If any nigga hate on you, they don't respect you. So why would you want to take a YouTuber into the streets of Harlem where you know they doing activity? That shit was phony to me. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? So you rappers, yeah, you rappers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just really entertainers, and it's not for all rappers. It's not for all rappers because I met some real rappers. But that shit you did, Jim Jones, you walk a YouTuber into a live, actual drug deal? Oh, was it a drug deal? Man, you fucking stupid, man. I wouldn't have never done no shit. And then the trip part about it is, you know, like with that, what that shit was, with the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit, you know what I'm saying? You know your name was probably implicated in that shit, you know what I'm saying? And you just gonna actually walk a guy in the streets of Harlem, knowing you probably being fucking watched by the feds into a drug deal to put them people on them dudes. Or you can tell the feds to put the local law enforcement on them dudes. You's a sucker for it. And you know, Mr. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. Straight up. I ain't buying it. Straight the fuck up, man. Jim Jones, you're a sucker for that one, you know what I'm saying? And I like your music. Well, to be honest with you, I really only like the one album, that Poem. So I ain't gonna see, I like your music like that, like I was a fan you did, but I just like the one album. But I ain't dissing you or nothing all that you did, but that was some real sucker shit. That was some sucker ass shit. That's some sucker ass shit that niggas from New Orleans won't do and will not do if we ever get famous. So if you see this podcast, anybody, and you look up on Jim Jones walks into a drug dealer, a real drug dealer, with a live stream, with a YouTuber, you ask yourself, would you do that motherfucking shit he did? And I gotta move on from that one, going Jim Jones, because I ain't buying that one. I'm not buying that one at all. Man, that was crazy. That was real fucking crazy, bro. Kerry Houston. Wow. Kerry Houston says Polo the Don forced her to write a diss song towards Beyonce. Really, Polo the Don? So I'm just saying, who you was trying to get out the way? I'm for sure not Beyonce. Her fans ain't gonna let her get out the way. So I'm pretty sure if you force her to write a diss song, you forced her fucking way back into songwriting. Man, let's check out the audio on what she said about Polo the Don.
You know, involving others and kind of threatening my career in a sense, in a real sense. Like, you're not coming, because my album wasn't out yet. So it was like, you're not coming out if you don't do this. And the mistake that I made was not continuing to fight. But I was in tears. I was crying. I was adamant that I did not want to do that.
And for people that don't know, you were signed to Polo.
I was signed to Polo and Timbaland.
Correct.
Yep, in a joint venture at Interscope Records.
Yep.
And I was young. I was super young. I felt I had no power. I felt I had no choice. But I did record my version, which had nothing like that in it. It was on subject. The song is about men. And it leaked like days after I did it, but he promised me that wouldn't happen, so it leaked. And that was that. And I protected him. I protected the girl that wrote it, who went on to become famous. I protected everyone in the story, so I had to eat that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. If you forced her to write a diss track about Beyonce, you ain't did nothing but make her fans turn on her because everybody, every female, you know, everybody's a Beyonce fan. So for you to make her to write a diss song, make her write a diss song about Beyonce and shit, that was foul. Yeah, that's stupid. Just let the chick lay up there and sing. Because if she gonna sing, you know what I'm saying? I always thought this, not to lay up there and change the subject. Not to change the subject. When a female artist, when they write these love songs, I thought they always wrote these love songs or these R&B songs that can relate to the fan about like what they went through on these things, or even a happy song or a heartbreak song or what. Not like make the fan pick a side. Because if you write a diss song towards Beyonce and the fans, I'm speaking up on the fans. I'm gonna get the Polo to Don later, but I'm speaking up on the fans. But if you writing a diss song towards Beyonce, you making the fans pick a side. That's all I'm saying is because you think the Beehive crew don't want somebody saying something about Beyonce, another female too. They ain't gonna spark up no better sales or nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna get out the door. And if she did do it, which I think she did, because I ain't really peep on what song she did do it. The females did. She not even relevant no more. Beyonce's still relevant. She not relevant at all no more. You know what I'm saying? She went back behind the fucking scenes, writing songwriting and shit like that. While Beyonce came a world superstar, what she is and what she still gonna be. But Polo the Dime, if you forcing somebody to do that, what sense that make? Who you got problems with? What actually happened for you to live there and make Kerry Hilson sing a diss song on Beyonce? And then the chick says she didn't even write the lyrics. You made her sing the shit and all that, I keep saying write the diss song, but sing a diss song that some shit she didn't even write, and you forced her to do it. Polo, and then sound like we ain't hear nothing from you either. Y'all know who Polo the Dawn is, that dude that was on Rich Boy song. The one that was saying I never slip, I never fall, I never mean anything. And up on the wall. Yeah, that nigga there. The producer there, that nigga there, that was on Rich Boy shit. The Rich Boy selling that. All I want Cadillac, you know that. Y'all remember that song there, you did? I know y'all remember that song, but the nigga that was laying up there on the second verse. I never slip, I never fall. I get my name in the world, and around the world. Yeah, that nigga there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that nigga there. If you forcing up to diss Beyonce, that shit is not gonna work. And it did not work. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce winning Grammys on country motherfucking music. While Kerry Hilson doing interviews talking about what happened on what you made her do. And she probably was writing songs and all that, you did, but we ain't ever heard of her being a artist as a superstar, not how Beyonce did it. She was out the door. And if you force her to do that to get out the door, you know what I'm saying, you did, who the fuck? For what? I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it, Pull it down. Use a sucker for that, you know what I'm saying? And if you use a sucker, you know what I'm saying, you did, we call you lollipop niggas suckers down here. If you know what I'm saying? If you did some sucker shit, you did, use a lollipop. And use a lollipop for that Pull it down. And I wish you do see this podcast. I wish you do see this podcast. Hear that. So you can think back and say, man, I was wrong for making that chick do that. I was wrong, you know what I'm saying? You is a sucker ass motherfucker for that. And I'm moving on to that, bro. I'm really moving on for that, you know what I'm saying? Gilly the Kid advised mothers not to bail their sons out. Real shit. I gotta agree with him on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you mothers, they do say this stupid ass shit and the look and on the slick. Y'all still don't condone what they do. Y'all still like holy hand. So check out the visual on I mean, on the, not the visual, excuse me. Check out the audio what Gilly the Kid said about mothers not to bail out their sons.
He's out there, right? Sometimes the best thing you could do, don't go bail your son the fuck out. Don't go bail him out. Go, or you want to be on dumb shit, leave him in there. Let him get a little 6 months, little year bit in there. Because what this do sometimes is, when he see a nigga get stabbed, he see a nigga go, joint going a nigga head like a unicorn, he develop a different relationship with God.
No, and you gotta let him get that public defender.
Yeah.
No, go through what your dad went through, boy. I had a son, he was on that shit. Oh, he doing that bit.
Yep.
Go through what your dad did.
No,
man.
because when the nigga, you know
Get
when
their
them young
mind right.
niggas see niggas get chased across the
Cuz,
chair,
cuz,
they got a
cuz.
swore that I develop,
Cuz.
please God,
Cuz, the
bitch
first-
me a lot of.
Yeah. He right too. He absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? And on some real life shit, I can lay up there and relate to that because I know a few mothers pounded their sons out the next day. Like nothing happened. Nothing happened. Like, baby, you condoning your motherfucking son to actually get time or get killed from doing stupid shit. Man, when I first went to jail, to be honest with you, when I first went to jail, man, my mom ain't come get me. Fuck no. My mama, I couldn't even, man, I didn't even have no bond. I didn't have no bond. Back in the days when we was going to the B-roll and shit, you know what I'm saying, the CYC, if you had like a serious felony, you wasn't getting no bond. You had to see the judge. Or if you had like one of these misdemeanors, they'll go bring you to the B-roll and your mama smack the piss out you and she can come get you. You know? But that's as juvenile status. But I'm talking about like these mothers condoning like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds. Go and get them out the next day. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers getting caught with crack. Probably getting caught with pills, guns, and all that shit, you know? And you spending your money, your bill money to get him out. And if he got caught with drugs, why the fuck he ain't got no money put up? That's if he choose to do it. Because it seems like you condoning it. I gotta respect him. I'm buying that, Gilly. I'm really buying that one. Because I've seen mothers condone that shit, like going actually bail their son out after their son really fucked up. Doing dumb shit. Like one time, like, one little dude, like I think he got caught like with a gun or something. Man, they got this motherfucker out here, you dig, a mother. Oh yeah, motherfuckers ratting on my son. Motherfuckers ratting on my son. Wait, hold up. You laying up there saying motherfuckers ratting on your son, but what about the trouble your son getting into? If you condoning that, you know what I'm saying? That's a fucking shame. But if you laying up there, oh, I'm gonna talk to him when we get behind closed. No. And I seen that shit, Gilly. I seen that shit. Mothers going to get their sons right out of jail the next day after they done done the dumbest shit, from stealing cars to getting popped with a gun, especially down here for Mardi Gras with the little dudes out here in for the parade season. They get popped with a gun, you know what I'm saying? And out the next day. Your mother gonna use her income tax to get your ass out. You did, but I'm buying that, Gilly. I'm really buying that. You did. I'm buying that, you know. These mothers doing some shit like that. So any mothers that heard that shit from Gilly, man, let them experience that shit. My mother let me experience that shit, and I had to go through that shit. You know what I'm saying? My mother couldn't get me out of jail when I done that dumbass shit, and she wasn't coming. You know? Let them experience that, man. And I'm moving on from that shit there, man. I'm really moving on. Man, I had a conversation with my partner today. I had said some shit on my podcast about who's the best rapper in Baton Rouge. I had said Kevin Gates, lyrically. Not about the albums that Boosie put out or the albums that Young Boy put out, or they got all these streams and all this shit and they doing this and all that. I'm listening to Gates and I'm listening to Young Boy and I'm listening to Boosie. I'm really listening to these dudes, you know, because I'm not really no fan of the Baton Rouge scene. No disrespect to these dudes. No disrespect to these dudes. I ain't like, I don't really listen to their music like that. So I'm actually listening to their music. Man, Gates is spitting. Gates is really spitting. And I can lay up there and see Boosie, old Boosie, and I can see young boy, all right, you know, but I have to say this. Who is the best rapper in Baton Rouge, though? Who is the best rapper? I want y'all to give me a comment on that shit. Who the best rapper? Is it Boosie? Is it Lil Webby? Is it Fredo Bang? Is it Kevin Gates? Is it NBA Youngboy? Is it Main Music? Is it Tech? Or is it Big Head? Well, I don't know who the rest of them motherfuckers is, you know what I'm saying? That's just my top picks are the best rappers that who I can think that really spit that shit in Baton Rouge. When it comes down to the ones I name them again. Boosie, Webby, Fredo Bang, Kevin Gates, NBA Youngboy, Main Music, Tech, Big Head. You know what I'm saying? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 niggas. Out those 9 niggas, who you think the best are out of those? Y'all write in my comments and let me know who the best, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying Kevin Gates. My partner say Boosie. Fuck no. And I'm not dissing Boosie. Like I said before, Boosie is cold. Boosie is cold. Real shit. Boosie is cold. Because like I said, not too many rappers can make a blues album. Boosie did that. And that's some cold shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people can do that. You know what I'm saying? That's talent. That's real talent. And I'm not taking that away from him. But when it comes down to spitting that shit, man, Kevin Gates that nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Gates that nigga to me, you know? They probably say young boy, you know what I'm saying? Because young boy got the young generation. He really got the young generation. Just like Fredo Bang, he got the young generation. I can't tell you one song Fredo Bang made. You know what I'm saying? I can't really tell you one song Big Head made. I probably listened to a couple of songs about the dude Tech. But Main Music spitting that shit, you know what I'm saying? He really spitting that shit. Him and Gates. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to lay up there and give Boosie his props, you know what I'm saying? Because he's legendary. I'm not going to take him out of that and all that you did. But to me, if I have to lay up there and see who's the number one in Baton Rouge, it got to be Gates. I'm going to lay up there and put Young Boy third. Main Music second, Young Boy third, Boosie fourth, and Webby 5. My picks. That's my picks and all that, you know what I'm saying? You know, if y'all lay up there and fuck around and think I'm wrong about Boosie, come on, man. No, fuck no. Y'all know how he say that shit. Come on, dog. Come on, man. No, nuh-uh. I'm speaking and I'm saying I'm sticking to who I see is the best rapper out of Baton Rouge, and that's Gates. You know what I'm saying? Y'all write in my comments saying that, responding to who y'all think is the best rapper out of Baton Rouge. T, man, hold on. Hey, put that camera here. Put the camera right here. Yeah, right here. Oh, T. I'm picking Gates. I ain't picking no fucking Boosie. I know Boosie, y'all like Boosie and all that. The wipe me down shit you did. But I'm picking Gates. You know what I'm saying? When I heard that song Drake and shit you did, man, Boosie can't top that shit. Nah, Boosie can't top that. Nah. That Drake was a motherfucker, you did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But who y'all think is the best rapper out of Baton Rouge? Y'all tell me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm moving on from that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, it's time for some hellified sports news now. It's time for some hellified sports news. Zion Williamson, baby mama, mother of 2, is behind bars for assaulting his side chick. Get the fuck out of here, man. Assaulting his side chick. Man. How she found about him? Because they say she was like stalking the chick and all that shit there, you did. But how she found out about that? That's what I want to know. Damn, man. Let's check out the audio, news audio about what they said about Zion baby mama. Damn.
A scathing love love triangle that sources say involves Pelican star Zion Williamson, as a woman accused of stalking and beating another woman linked to him romantically made her first court appearance today. Akima Love's bond was set at $50,000, and she was issued a stay-away order from that woman. Kenner police say the whole thing started back in March when they say Love egged the woman's house and then threatened her on social media.
Man, this nigga Zion was doing this fucking thing. You know, but y'all know how she found out. Going through the phone, looking at the text messages and shit like that. Y'all women already fucking know. Y'all know how y'all found out how this man be doing this thing. You know, he's a superstar. He's a basketball superstar. I'm not condoning the shit and all that, you know, but if she pregnant, you don't think you gonna get some more outside pussy and shit you dig if she not getting him no pregnant pussy? Come on, ladies, y'all know that. I had a chick pregnant before, you know what I'm saying? But we don't have the baby no more and all that. But I'm not saying that they be saying it, but during her pregnancy before she had the abortion, she ain't like to have sex. His baby mama probably was the one that probably didn't like to have sex during her pregnancy. So he probably laid up there and went got some more pussy. Because they say she just had the baby not too long ago. They said that, you know. Stalking and shit like that, you dig? Damn. She ain't even let her wounds heal. She out there going kicking in fucking doors. Damn, she got a strong pussy. For real. She just had the baby and kicked in the door and beat the bitch ass. Then you let the a bitch beat your ass after she just had a baby. You know she ain't all that strong. She kind of a little weak. Damn. Man. I'm buying that one. Straight up, I'm buying that one. You know what I'm saying? But what you gonna do about that, Zion? Because you know that shit is gonna be hell of a crazy. Hell of a crazy, man. This bitch gonna testify on your baby mama. This bitch cut up there. You lucky the bitch didn't have no razor. You did. They say on the news that she had cuts in her face by keys or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Then you egg the bitch house. You threw up. Dang, how many eggs? Because I'm pretty sure you stay in a nice house fucking with Zion Williams. So how many eggs you throw at this bitch house? Man. Zion, you got some serious problems, bro. But damn, she just had the baby. I have children. I have children. And I'm pretty sure what I saw, my children mothers, they were resting. They were resting for like a month or two. You know what I'm saying? They're not going outside fighting and doing all that kicking. No, they too weak for that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to live there and knock their stables out. You did. This bitch went kick down a door. Man. What type of bitches you fucking with, Zion? Man, we got to move on from that one though, man, bro. You a motherfucker, Zion. You a motherfucker. Bro, I got to hand it to you. You a motherfucker, Zion. You know what I'm saying? Damn. You slam dunk in the pussy, huh? You slam dunk in the pussy till she can kick down the whole door. Damn. Man. But we going to move on from that one, brother. We going to move on from that one. Man, Tyreek Hill wife filed for divorce after cops was called over a domestic dispute. Tyreek, you beating them hoes? Tyreek, you beating them hoes? You mean to tell me one of the fastest dudes in the NFL beating them hoes? Nigga, if I had your speed, I'll be the type of nigga to run away from a crazy bitch quick as I can. Cause I know one thing. A woman probably provoked you to hit her. Cause once y'all live there in this so-called marriage or relationship for a while, shit, your money ain't shit to her no more. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got anything she wanted and all this you did. The money she ain't used to now. Now she can talk to you any kind of way, you know what I'm saying? But a bitch from out the hood, especially out of New Orleans, she gonna stay in line. She ain't getting out of line or none of that shit there, you know what I'm saying? Because she gonna stay with the money. But by your wife used to the money, she probably provoked you to be getting into a domestic dispute. But you fast as a motherfucker, dude. I would run away from a crazy bitch because your wife look like this. This bitch look crazy. You know they say the beautiful women, them bitches crazy. They are. Y'all know this. Y'all know these hoes is really crazy. The beautiful ones. Especially then he got a one that's like she look like what Korean or some shit. Man, you know when that bitch talking another language, you know what I'm saying? She saying some crazy shit. Tyreek, you supposed to run fast as you can. You the fastest dude in the NFL. You mean to tell me your hand slap is quicker than your speed? If the cops was called over a dispute, Tyreek, that mean to tell me you beating them hoes? Dog, you really beating them hoes? Damn, Tyreek. Man. I ain't buying it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even talking about the money in my pocket. But Tyreek, I ain't buying it. I'm not buying that with Tyreek. You shouldn't be beating them hoes. Because you a star now. And when I see this shit, it's like this. If I make it somewhere like in the industry, I'm not gonna let that money fuck up my ego so I can think I can do what I want to my spouse. You know what I'm saying? I really love my wife. I love my wife, you know what I'm saying? The money, I wouldn't dare put my hands on my spouse, you know what I'm saying? Because on my name, my image, and my likeness. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if my wife raised her hand up to me, you know what I'm saying? Before she can swing that bitch, I'm already out the door. That's how fast I am. I got Tyreek Hill speed when it comes down to arguments with these females, having a violent confrontation with them. You know? But if you smack me, I'll smack you back. Straight up. If you hit me, I'll hit you back. But on a serious note, come on, Tyreek. She filing for divorce, you know what I'm saying? It probably wouldn't been once, it probably was twice. You beating them hoes, Tyreek? Come on now, bro. Come on now, man. And last but not least, man. Last but not least, bro. What can I tell you, bro? What you think about Donald Trump announcing a 90-day pause on the tariffs? Except for China. He didn't raise the taxes like 125%. The tariffs 100% or 25% on them. What kind of fucking mind games Donald Trump playing? First you want to raise this shit up. Now you're putting a 90-day pause on it, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like you being a dictator to the world. It's like they coughing up this money or this scare tactic you doing to these people. And you putting a pause on it now. Because you're doing this shit like you're serious. And now you're putting a pause on you like you're not serious. Make up your fucking mind. But China, they're not falling for that shit. And once China not falling for that shit, you go raise that shit up on them. It sounds like you want to war with these people, Donald Trump, and I'm not in the politics, but it sounds like you want to war with them because you steady going at them. You're constantly going at China. Constantly. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know they make Jordans in China, motherfucker? Don't you know? And then I'm gonna tell my business. I'm gonna tell my business. Yeah, straight up, I'm gonna tell my business. I get my kicks at Kids Foot Locker because I wear a size 7. You know what I'm saying? I wear a size 7. Straight up. So don't you know? My Jordans is cheaper than the men Jordans. If you keep fucking with these people, I'm gonna wind up paying $300 for my Jordans. But the ones who's got the men's feet, y'all gonna wind up paying $500. For real. You keep fucking with these people. You like you want to war with these people, Trump? The fuck out of here. Leave them people alone. Let the shit stay where it's at. So I can still pay a nice price for my J's. Yeah, I said it. I said it. You know what I'm saying? But just joking. But fuck, leave them people alone, Trump. Leave them fucking people alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave them people alone. You know what I'm saying? But last but not least, my thought, you know what I'm saying? My thought for your mind. You know, my thought that make you think. So what I'm going to tell y'all is like this. What can I say? A monkey can't sell bananas. That's right. I was telling that to my partner the other day. Man, a monkey can't sell fucking bananas. Straight up, because if he eat one, he gonna wind up eating them all. So I'm like this. And on the street shit, how can a motherfucking junkie be a drug dealer? I'm serious. How can a junkie be a drug dealer? A hustler, whatever you want to call it. A monkey can't sell bananas. This shit fucking crazy. Straight up. This shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? But think about that fucking thought right there, y'all. A monkey can't sell bananas. Tune in next time for episode 10. I'm your host who does the most, Gippstar, a.k.a. Gippie, a.k.a. Mojo, a.k.a. Cocky Bell Boy, the one that gonna fuck around and tell you that I have the best podcast in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? The #1 podcast in New Orleans, The Green Room with Gippie Lee, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be back. Tune in next time for episode 10. Holla.
Sweep it up like a broom, the elephants in the room. Feeling like MJ, I walk it out on the moon. These boys faster than Zoom, I'm floating like a balloon. From the womb to the tomb, I'm repping the green room. Yeah.